Yo, what up? It's Don.
Sammy Lee here.
We are the Soul Brothers.
What
Good
up?
to see you guys, Soul Squadron.
Oh, the hello, people.
We're gonna do a versus video real quick. Nike versus Adidas. This is the LeBron Soldier. No, I just want to say Soldier, but it's just a LeBron 14.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a Soldier upper. Yeah. Anyways, versus
the Crazy Exploding, the Primeknit version.
Crazy Exploding. Okay, let's kick it off with the traction. On the LeBron 14, we have a translucent outsole with like a digitized square peg traction pattern. They're raised, they go up and down. It's a pretty hard rubber. You could probably use it outdoors, although we didn't. Traction is pretty good. It is susceptible to dust. Dust gets stuck on there fairly easily and it doesn't perform well. On clean courts, you're pretty good.
Yes. The Crazy Explosive has the brain pattern and it's semi-translucent. It's actually a really good traction pattern. I'd say the LeBron 14 on a clean court stops faster and stops harder.
Yeah.
But this still stops pretty damn well. You know what I'm saying? And then the rubber compound. I think the LeBron 14 is better, but
yeah, I think I would go with 14 just a little bit.
But the dust though. So if you're playing on a dusty court, I would go with the Crazy Explosive. Because
this does pick up a little bit of dust too.
A little bit, but
maybe not as much as this.
Yeah, I don't really have to wipe, and when I do, I just do a really light one.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the dust really gets stuck on it, and you have to wipe really hard, and dust gets stuck on it really quickly. So I don't know, wherever you play.
It depends.
It depends, you know.
Yeah.
So outdoor use, no for the Crazy Explosive. So whatever. I guess I'll give
Let's
it.
call it a win for the LeBron.
Yeah.
Narrowly. Okay, let's move on to the cushion. In the LeBron 14, we have full-length Phylon. We have bottom-loaded zoom units. We have 4 of them. A big one in the heel, 3 in the mid-foot to toe area. In the very front of the toe, there's nothing. The heel you can feel.
It feels the very sexy.
It feels very nice. The rest of it I can feel. Sam couldn't really feel it as much as me because I'm a little heavier. It's a nice ride, good heel to toe transition. To be honest, I wasn't that mad at it, other than it makes me feel a little bit unstable the way these hex units pods are. So that's one thing I didn't like about it.
Yeah. Here in the Crazy Explosive is a pull length zoom boost. It's hella cage though, but it doesn't really matter. If it wasn't cage, it would be way too unstable. It's very plush, very soft. The heel feels really nice, but it's also really, really responsive in the forefoot, so that helps if you want like a responsive cushion. Also, the impact protection is really good. I like the Crazy Explosive better. I also feel lower to the ground in the Crazy Explosive, so
yeah, I'll go Crazy Explosive too.
As a guard, I like this. And even if you're a big guy and you want impact protection, I would still go with the Crazy Explosive. So
all right, moving on to the upper. This is kind of average materials, especially for a very top tier SIG. It's kind of similar to the LeBron Soldier 10. You have a foam backed mesh with perforated holes for ventilation. A decent amount of overlay in high wear areas. You got this midfoot strap, which is pretty nice. External heel counters on the side. There's probably an internal in there too, I'm almost positive. But it's a one booty upper, and then you have these fly wire cables that are going to lock you down a little bit. So as far as materials go, they're pretty good, but it's not Nike's best stuff.
Crazy Explosive, they use Adidas is best materials is Primeknit, and they has a Geo Fit, which is kind of like a neoprene stretchy material, and then underneath the Primeknit is actually I think it's a polyester. It doesn't really stretch as much, but it's really soft and still yet supportive where it needs to be supported. So I would go with the Crazy Explosives.
Yeah, materials for sure. Crazy Explosives is better.
Fit also, I would go Crazy Explosives.
Yeah, I would go Crazy Explosive too as far as fit goes. I wanted to say one thing about materials though. Actually, let's talk about that in support.
Okay.
Next thing we're going to talk about support, and obviously
the fit though, go have a size down for the Crazy Explosives. LeBron's go true size.
True to size.
And this is pretty narrow, and the LeBron 14 is wide.
It is wide.
So there you go.
Okay, as far as support goes, this upper is quite a bit more supportive than the Crazy Explosive. The Primeknit is pretty supportive. However, if you get the regular, it's not Primeknit, it's a little less supportive. You know, if you're a real big dude and you want a ton of support in your upper, you're gonna want to go here. But this is not bad. The Crazy Explosive is not like super unsupportive. It's just a good amount softer. I do feel a little unstable on this cushioning system. So I don't know, but this one comes up a little higher on the ankle. Support, I would go LeBron.
I didn't have any support issues with the Crazy Explosives, but he's bigger than me, so I don't know.
All right, so there it is. Slight win for support for the LeBron 14. Now moving on, let's talk weight real quick. Or let's talk lockdown real quick. Did we already say that?
Nope.
All right, lockdown.
Crazy
Explosive
Explosive
is better.
LeBron has a little bit of, or the heel doesn't feel contained.
No.
All
The
right.
midfoot strap is nice though in the LeBron, but the heel is just something's missing there. Weight wise, we're looking at.
So this is 13.76. This is 14.29.
So Crazy Explosive a little bit lighter.
Yes. What feels lighter? Crazy Explosive.
Crazy Explosive. However, this one doesn't feel too heavy.
It doesn't.
Especially for a LeBron.
Yeah.
Feels pretty light.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Durability. LeBron. For a win.
One thing I wish they would have improved on is durability on this, because the traction is just.
Yeah.
I play indoors and then the rubber is just fraying off. You know, I've never had that happen, but.
Yeah, that's not chill. There's no need for that.
That's not chill. You know, and then the materials, of course, are really soft, but you know, whatever.
Okay, ventilation. Yeah, I don't know. This one wasn't too hot.
Yeah,
this one's actually a little warm.
That is true,
sometimes.
actually. Yeah.
So let's go LeBron for the win, actually.
Okay,
'cause
yeah.
these are pretty warm, actually,
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
So ventilation, LeBron's a little bit better. Moving on, aesthetics. Ah, man.
LeBron 14 for me.
I might have to go LeBron.
If it was the low Primeknits, then definitely the Crazy Explosives.
The Crazy Explosives are just...
These are kind of ugly, dude.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways.
Let us know which one you guys think looks better. Alright, wrapping things up. Price-wise,
150.
and this one is 170.
This was on sale for $100, so.
Yeah.
And you can get the regular one for like even cheaper than that. So, price is better. Performance, the Crazy Explosive is better in my opinion. I love the Crazy Explosive. Not saying the LeBron 14 is bad, but the Crazy Explosive I feel like is a more all-around shoe. Everyone can play in this.
Yeah.
The LeBron 14 is more for big guys because as a guard I did not like playing in that. So yeah, it's cheaper and it performs
And it's
better.
the Mo Betta.
It's the Mo Betta. So
The LeBron is actually pretty decent, especially compared to past LeBrons. But it's just not. They didn't put it together the
it's not
same
in my
way.
rotation.
No, it's not going to be in mine either. The Crazy Explosive though, they did something right there. So
Yes.
Crazy Explosive for the win. Hope we helped you guys out. We will link these shoes below for you guys to cop a pair if we can find some links for you, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Peace.